In this video, we will show you how to manage the events that have been created in the online calendar. The Manage Events tab will list all the events that you have created. At the very top, we have the event filter, which is very similar to the filter options on the live calendar. You can choose to search by the type of event, so your upcoming, past, all, or deleted. You can choose to show only your registration events. You can search by a specific event name, and also by a date range. Just note, whatever date you do select, your to date will always be a year from that start date. Then we have category, so if you want to search by a specific category. And then you have your search and reset buttons. We'll come back to these icons in just a moment. Below that, you can navigate through your page numbers, and you can choose how many events to display per page. We suggest going no more than 50 because if you do 100 or all, it is going to take longer for your page to load. Then below that, we have the table listing all our events. If you click on the name of an event, so that's like our winemaking class, this opens the event view window and allows an administrator to actually register a member on their behalf if they are having trouble registering themselves. Let's close that event view window. Beside the name of the event, we have the event date and the event time. Then you have the total attendance for the event. If you click on this number, it's going to show you who is currently registered for the event and allows you to update their registration and also cancel their booking. Clicking Add Booking is another way that we can also register a member on their behalf. Then you have the View Report option. Clicking this will open the registration report for you. In the middle here, we have the details for our event, and at the bottom, we have all our registrants. Now, you also are able to see who has canceled for that event by clicking that canceled. And that will show us all our canceled members as well. Just in case you did use a cancellation policy, you can go ahead and apply that accordingly. Just note, if you have asked questions in your event, the questions will be spelled out full on the side here. However, when you scroll all the way to the right, they are going to be short formed. Right? So if you ever have to refer back to them, again, remember they will be found here for you. And if you like, you can actually export this registration report to an Excel file. And before you do that, you can choose what columns that you actually do want to export. Okay, so if there's anything you don't want, go ahead and uncheck that, then click your export button. Okay, so let's close our registration report and close that Manage Event registration. Next, you have your max attendance. So this is whatever you set as the max attendance for this event. And then the waitlist. If there is a number, it means you do have a waitlist enabled. If there are 2 dashes, it means there is no waitlist. And if you see NA, it means it's just an information-only event. Beside that, we have the registration buttons. If we hover over Close, it's actually telling us that the registration is currently open. So if you did want to close this registration early, you would click that Close button and it would close the registration for you. We'll get back to those icons in just a moment, but on the very far right, we have when this event was last modified and who it was last modified by. Now let's take a look at those icons. First, we have the pencil icon, and that allows us to edit an event. However, before I click that, I just want to point out this rotating arrow. If you see that, that means that this event is a reoccurrence. So what that means is if we try and click on a pencil icon for a reoccurring event, it's going to let us know that we can either edit all the events within this reoccurrence or just this individual event. Just note, if you edit just this individual event, it will be removed from the reoccurrence. So maybe you do offer your winemaking class every Saturday, however you are doing a special one for the month of August, you could always edit just this event, go ahead and make your adjustments, as opposed to having to create an entirely new event. Then you have the plus sign, and this is another way that we can register a member on their behalf. So if we open that, you'll notice that our name has not populated as the booking owner, and that's because we're logged in as an administrator. As an administrator, we can search by a member's name, or we can actually search by their member number. So put our member number in here, and let's add 4 and register them. Also note, now that we've added 4 more registrants to our winemaking class, it has now been taken to waitlist. Now let's actually scroll down to our Friday brunch event. So I just want to show you that right now, if we click on this pencil icon, we can currently edit all the details for that event. However, let's close out of there. And if we add a registrant to that booking, right, click that plus sign. Let's add a member in here. Continue, we're just going to skip those questions. Okay. Let's go back to our event. Okay, now that we have registrants in that event, if we click that pencil icon, note that you're only able to edit certain details. Okay, everything else is grayed out for us. So if there is something that you really do need to edit, just note to edit those fields, you must delete the registrants first. Okay, so we can click that button. So I suggest taking note of the current registrants in this booking, deleting them, make your changes, and then re-add them. Well, we'll close out of here. Then you have this little paper icon, and that's just another way to open that registration report. Then you have this publish icon. So if we look up here, we have a publish and hide event. Okay, so if we take a look at our calendar right now, currently we are seeing that winemaking class appearing on our calendar. Now maybe we decide we just don't actually want to offer it right now. If you want to hide it from the calendar, you're going to click on this little blue circle with the red arrow where it says click to unpublish event. So go ahead and click that. Do you want to unpublish this event? Yes, we do. The icon will change right away for you, and if we go to that calendar and do a nice refresh, our event is no longer appearing on our calendar. So it works the same way if you do want to publish an event. Okay, you'll see that we have that blue circle with the green arrow where it says click to publish event. Just going to go ahead and click that. Do we want to publish our event? Yes. Hey, again, icon changes right away for us. Go to that calendar and do your nice refresh. And now our winemaking class is back. Then lastly, you have this chain link icon. If we click on here, we are provided with a URL for this event. So you can definitely send this out in an email blast, post it somewhere on your website to help promote that last minute registration.